Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy RPX Blood Red here, coming at you live from the power of my studio room. I got a new setup here today that I made just for this video. We're gonna be going over my top 5 best games of 2016. Now, these games were handpicked by me. They're my own personal opinion. These games were played by me. I'm sorry if one of your favorite games does not make my list. I've only had to play a few games this year because of money issues and etc. and stuff like that. And I'm sorry if your game is not on the list, like for example Final Fantasy 15. I really wanted to play Final Fantasy 15, but I just low on money. Not only that, but I'll also be going over my top 2 most disappointing games of 2016 that I found to be hugely disappointing by a long stretch. Not only that, but I'm also going to be doing my top 3 most played games of 2016. By most played games, not only am I covering 2016 games, but I'm also covering 2014, 15, 13. I'm just saying like what I've played the most out of this entire year. Now let's get right into the video. Top 5 games of 2016. Let's go. Number 5. Now you're probably asking yourself, what kind of game am I going to start off with? Well, let me tell you right now, number 5 on my list is a game that's been trash talked by the entire community. It is a game that people did not like the sort of innovative direction that it took. They said it was too movie-like per se, and that it should have been a game and a TV series and not put into one. That's right. Number 5 on my list is a game that I actually enjoyed. Personally, I'm part of the 5% of the community that actually did. Quantum Break.
Where is he? Where's my brother? Working with the other actors has been really cool. We've just started talking about these relationships. We've just started delving into who these characters are and how they'll interact. Influence the show and vice versa.
No.
Like I said, number 5 on the list is Quantum Break. Quantum Break is a third-person action shooter game, which you have like time-defined powers, this and that. And so the gameplay may be a little lacking because it's sort of like a generic third-person, just shoot them all with like some time powers and stuff like that. But what nailed this game for me was the storytelling. Now the gameplay wasn't as strong as 2. I knew that from going in. I came into the game with low expectations, but the only reason why I played it from start to finish was the storytelling, and I loved the storytelling. I thought it was well done. The telling of time travel, guy comes from the future, predicts the end of the world, best friend's a villain. Plus, I believe they had an amazing cast of people, especially like Littlefinger and Iceman. Some of you might know them, others won't. But I found this game quite enjoying. A lot of people said it was really boring during those like 20 to 30 minute live action cutscenes, and then nothing really happened. But I guess I'm just different than most people, and that's why it's number 5 on my list. I only gave it a number 5 spot because I enjoyed the story. And if Remedy were to ever make a Quantum Break 2, I will happily buy it. But for most of you out there, this is a wait for sale, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my top 5 favorite games. Now we're going to go on to the next one. Number 4. Number 4 on my list is a game that I very much enjoy playing. I love playing the horde modes. I love the blood, the gore, the executions, everything about it. And I actually did not expect that it will get a sequel. Well, maybe since it's Microsoft, they like continuing certain games. But number 4 on my list is a game that my family loves playing all the time. Like, this is our family game. My family is not like some families, okay? But number 4 is Gears of War 4.
A storm is coming, and my son is walking right into it. Dad!
Number 4 on my list is Gears of War 4. I did not expect this game to get a sequel. This game takes place 25 years after the events of Gears of War 3, and after the events of Gears of War 3, spoilers, all the bad guys die, basically. There's no way they're coming back. But I guess Microsoft wanted another strong leading title like Halo. Why not bring Gears of War 4? And here we are, Gears of War 4. Now, I enjoyed this game. I actually liked the story. Not as much story-driven per se, but I enjoyed the story. It was there. I didn't really understand why some of the enemies are back, blah blah blah, this and that. But it takes place 25 years later. You were playing as the son of Marcus Phoenix named J.D. Phoenix. James Dominic Phoenix. Some of you will get that, others won't. And you're now fighting a new enemy called the Swarm. I enjoyed the story. I loved it. And that's why it's number 4 on my list. Get it? Gears of War 4, number 4. But anyways, I loved how you can play cooperative in the story. I enjoyed that. I don't know if you can play 3 or 4 player. I only played a 2 player with my friend. We still need to finish the game for him. I already did it for myself. And I'm hoping that there's a sequel in the coming future. But the reason why it's still number 4 on my list is because I'm not a huge fan of the multiplayer. The Nasher shotgun one-shots everything, no matter what, at any range. People say get good, this and that. It's like, I tried, but I don't want to be the meta and just use the shotgun. That's who I am. Horde mode is still fun. I love playing it every now and then with my 2 friends. But the thing that really kills it for me is that the season pass is like $50 and it's a huge ripoff. You get early access to maps that are gonna be in the public 2 days later. It's just not worth it, and the game is overloaded with microtransactions. I did not see this coming from Microsoft, because like the Halo 5 microtransactions were relatively good. They were decent. They were optional. Here, they're really heavily, and I do not like that. That's why Gears of War 4 is number 4 on my list. Now onto the next game. Number 3. Now, number 3 on my list is a game that I have waited for a long time. I've always wanted a game just like this. A game where it's not just like, oh, hey, robot, space, sci-fi, this and that. I'm talking about a game that brings us back to our roots of war. That's right, Battlefield 1.
Promise me that you'll get me back in one piece.
Okay, I promise.
Come on!
He comes. We will stand. We will look death in the eye, and we will fight.
Number 3 on my list is Battlefield 1. I've always wanted a shooter game to come back into like the old school war fighting simulation, blah blah, you know what I'm saying. I want World War 1. DICE took such a huge risk by bringing the game back to World War 1, and we have demanded World War 2 kind of games for a long time, and so far we have not been getting those kind of games, but Battlefield 1 delivers it. The only reason why I put it number 3 on my list, though, even though the game is phenomenal, I love the game. I really do love the game. The graphics, the sound, magnifique, I love it. But the only reason why it's number 3 on my list is that I barely play it. And that's only because it's sort of boring to play it by yourself. I love this era, but there's so many games out. It came out during a time when there's like so many other games that I've been playing that I get played that much. And another reason why it sort of killed it for me, that there is no actual trench warfare. When I was in school, I loved World War 1 for the trench warfare. I've aced all my tests without studying because like I get bored and I just read about World War 1 and 2. That's all I did during class. But to be honest, if they had actual trench warfare maps, I will play the poop out of this game a lot more. No Man's Land, all of it. I want it. But until then, it's going to be number 3 on my list. Now let's go on to the next game. Number 2. Number 2 on my list is a game that didn't really it had a really good start, but then died off kind of quick. Longevity per se, length progression system, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying when I say like those kind of words and stuff like that. But I absolutely enjoyed the sequel to the game. I am a huge fan of this genre, a huge fan. My father is a huge fan of this genre. passed it on to me. I'm just saying, I'm gonna say it's like genetics or stuff like that, because I'm a huge fan for mechas. Number 2 on my list is Titanfall 2.
Sometimes you don't get to choose your path. It chooses you.
BT, transferring authorization to new pilot. I will not lose another pilot. BT! Got you.
Don't worry, BT. I'm not going anywhere.
Number 2 on my list is Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is just what I love. Mechas clashing against each other, and you have a shooter in it. Oh my gosh. I love Titanfall 2. It is an amazing game. I love it. So, Titanfall 1 sort of died off really quick because there wasn't sort of a deep progression system. The system wasn't even rewarding at best, to be honest. You could play a few hours in and that's it. It sort of dies off within a week. But I love the concept of the game. A shooter game which is like pilot versus pilot with giant robots. It's in my DNA. It's in my DNA. Gundam, Zoids, Big O, Messenger, all of them. But I love the game. I absolutely recommend the game to everyone. But at its moment right now, even though they did promise all future map packs will be free, I just need to see something different. By that I mean I want them to fix up the reward system and the progression system. These are the people that did Modern Warfare 4. These are the original Infinity Ward. But I have nothing else to say besides I love the game. Huge Titanfall 2 fan, and I can't recommend it enough. That's it. Now on to the next segment. Before I unravel my number 1 most favorite game of 2016, I'm going to be doing a quick segment called my top 2 most disappointing games that came out in 2016. Let's hop right onto that. Top 2 most disappointed games of 2016. Number 2. Number 2 on my most disappointing games of 2016 is Infinite Warfare. I've played Call of Duty every single year, ever since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 1 and 2 are some of my best favorite games, along with Black Ops 1. Well, I love Black Ops 1 mostly for zombies per se, but yeah, but Infinite Warfare sort of disappointed me. We're doing too much futuristic games and stuff like that. I love Call of Duty, but the way that they're going right now, I just don't like I was saying in my first impressions video. If you didn't see it somewhere on my channel, I don't really care. But like, it's boring. The music is boring. It feels like a cheap version of Black Ops 3. The map. I don't want to get into too much detail before someone starts ranting at me, aka someone that's named Justin per se. But I just did not enjoy this game, and I'm hugely disappointed in it. See, it's even screwing me up on my words. I'm hugely disappointed in it, and I hope that next year they learn their lesson. Yeah, that. I remember that. Number 1. Oh boy, my number 1 most disappointing game of 2016 is No Man's Sky. For years, I probably like 1 year and a half or 2 years or something like that, but like they've been saying that this is basically the space Minecraft that we all desired. But in actual reality, once the game came out, it was nothing like they said. It was nothing like they said. There's no multiplayer. The exotic animals all look like poop. This and that here and there. I don't want to go into too much detail, but No Man's Sky was the most disappointing game of 2016. Hands down. We can fight about it right now. I am glad I did not waste my time buying this game. I just saw non-stop reviews, gameplays, everything. But anyways, that is my worst number 1 game of 2016. Now, let's go back to the segment before this one. Alright? My number 1 best game of 2016 is My number one most fantastically amazing cool beans game of 2016 is Doom. I have waited years for another Doom. Years! I still have Doom 64 for my 64. Nintendo, by the way. In case some of you didn't know. But, to me, Doom was the most innovative game of this year, to be honest. It literally brought something new. The story might be a little weak on the sauce, but like the story is perfect the way it is. It not heavily story, it's just there. The gameplay, amazing. The combat, amazing. The executions are amazing. I love this. The music for this game is... it fucking pumps you, bro. It pumps you. I'm sorry for swearing, but it pumps you up. Doom is a fantastic game, and I think everyone should have it, and it should deserve Game of the Year. I don't know why Overwatch got it. I don't know, but I don't know what to say anymore. Just go out there, buy this game, and I guarantee you, words. I guarantee that you'll have an amazing time with this game. Now, for the final segment of this video, I'm going to be doing my top 3 most played games of 2016. It doesn't have to be limited to 2016. It could be games from 2015 or 2014. But this category is my own personal kind of category of games that I most enjoyed, played hours through hours out of like everything in 2016. So here it is, my most played games of 2016. Top 3 most played games of 2016. Number 3. Number 3 on my list is Rainbow Six Siege. It's a multiplayer only game, and I've enjoyed this game. I put lots of hours onto it. When me and my buddies go in, we go in. Now, this is number 3 on my list because there's 2 others. Well, obviously there's 2 others with more gameplay, but this game is absolutely phenomenal. This game is like literally search and destroy. An entire game of just search and destroy, and I love it. And I can't wait for the second year of DLC content for Rainbow Six Siege. Now on to the next game. Number 2. Number 2 on my list is Smite. At first I was a little skeptical about Smite, but after some interventions, some prep talks, stuff like that, I got into Smite. And I gotta admit, Smite's a really fun game. There's not that many MOBA-ish games that I like playing, and Smite is one of them, and I have played a lot of hours into Smite. I really enjoy it. My favorite character right now is Athena. I can only play as a Guardian, because I'm too much of a frontline kind of person, and when I go to the frontline, I die a lot, so I like playing as a Guardian, because I can still satisfy my needs of being on the front line and actually live. But, yeah. If you've never played Smite, I highly recommend it. Smite is free to play. It's got over 30 characters, I want to say. There's a role for every kind. Warrior, assassin, guardian, mage, all of it. It meets your needs. And it's a really, really fun game. I cannot stress this enough.
Thank you.
Now, on to the next game.
Nigga about to fuck me up.
Number 1 most played game is...
I'm being watched.
My number 1 most played favorite game of 2016 is Warframe. Warframe I think came out in 2013. I played it for a little bit, I wasn't into it. Then I tried it again, like I think it was last year. I got into it again, but then I gave up and I got back into it this year. Now the reason why this is number 1 on my list is because I believe I put in more hours in this game than Smite. I used to play Smite every single day, but I only played Smite for like 3 to 4 hours every single day because at the time my friends will be online around close to like nighttime, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. But I've been playing non-stop Warframe as soon as I wake up all the way to the end of the entire day. And because of Warframe alone, I've been barely pushing out content, and that's something bad. Like, it's sort of addicting. I love Warframe. They just came out with a new update called The War Within, and I highly recommend playing the new cinematic adventure. Warframe is free to play and is available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, except the PC is ahead with a few updates here and there. But Warframe is very fun. If you want to, but it's very hard to get in though. But if you get into it, it's a very addictive game, and I highly recommend it. Right now, I'm playing as Saren Prime, and my friends hate Saren Prime for some odd reason. They just like As you can see, I played Voodoo Doll, but yeah, that's it. That's my #1 most played game of 2016. Thank you all for watching my top 5 favorite games of 2016 that I personally played. But not only did we watch my top 5 favorite games of 2016, but we also covered my top 2 most disappointing games of 2016. And not only that, we also covered my top 3 favorite games to play in 2016, which is not limited to 2016, just games in general. But thank you all very much for watching. I hope you agree with some of my picks. Yet again, I'd like to apologize that I did not get to play some favorite games that a lot of people liked. Like, for example, Final Fantasy 15. I'm bringing it up again because I wanted to play it really badly, but no money and stuff like that. But once again, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I love you all as equals, except Justin and Elijah. I can't wait to see you guys next time on these video series or whatever. Man, you understand what I'm saying though. But if you like my content, subscribe for more content just like this one. I do regular gameplay videos. I do some random BS videos every now and then when I feel like it. And I'll sometimes do impression videos and stuff like that. I also have weekly podcasts that I do with my friends if you enjoy those too. And Always Rejected episode 7, I think it's episode 7, will be coming in the near future. I just need to make some more preparations for it. But until then, I'll see you next time on this frontier. That was corny. I'll come up with something better. Thanks for watching.